Hello, wonderful Algebra 1 kiddos. All right, so boot camp. These are word problems. I know, these are always your favorite ones. So here we go. So how do you tackle a word problem without guessing? So first of all, you need to understand what it's being asked. Draw a picture, label it if needed, and use your reference sheet to get useful formulas. So looking at the first one, we have two congruent circles fit side by side inside a rectangle. So before we start, let's read that first sentence. We have a rectangle. And we have two congruent triangles. Congruent means same. I'm just going to draw this in as best as we can. And we know that since it fits inside of it, that it touches all the sides. All right, so what do we know? With the sides of the rectangle touching the circles each have a radius of 10 centimeters. So a radius of 10 here, a radius of 10 there. Okay. To the nearest centimeter, what is the area of the region that lies inside the rectangle but outside the circle? So, what are we looking for? Area inside the rectangle but outside the circle. So we're looking for this area right here. It's all the corners and in between the circles. All right, so we have two figures. So when you have two figures, you need to find two different areas. We need the area of a rectangle, and we also need to know the area of the circle. So we need some lengths. Let's look at our circles. We know that the radius is 10. So the diameter of this circle would be 20. Okay, diameters also go up and down. So the length of this rectangle is the same as the diameter of the circle. Okay, the width of the rectangle would be the same as the diameter of both circles. So both circles would have a diameter of 20 and 20, which is 40. So this length would be 40 here. So the area of the rectangle is 20 times 40, which is 800. Area of a circle, remember it's pi r squared. And I have two circles, so I need to multiply that by 2. So we have pi times 10 squared, all times 2. So 10 squared is 100 times 3.14. That would give you 314. Multiply that by 2. You get 628. So the area of the rectangle is 800. The area of the circle is 628. So to find the differences between the two, you would subtract them. So 800 minus 628. We have a leftover area of 172 centimeters squared. Since we're finding area, it needs to be in centimeters squared. All right, the second one, the length of a rectangle. A rectangle, go ahead and draw in your rectangle. Okay, the length of the rectangle is 6 times its width. So if I'm going to multiply something, that's going to make it larger. So I have my width, so that would be my smallest side, and my length is 6 times my width. If the length of the rectangle is cut in thirds, the new perimeter is what fraction of the original? So, you're probably thinking 1/3, but that is incorrect. So let's just look at another rectangle. So my width is going to stay the same, but my length is going to be cut in thirds. So 1/3 of 6 is 2. So we have 2w here. So with this information, it's probably not very easy to figure out this question. So just pick a value for w. So let's make w 2. So let's find the perimeter of this rectangle if w was 2. So that means we're going to have 2, 2, 12, and 12. So 2 and 2 is 4, 24 gives us 28. So add those all up, 2, 2, 12, and 12. Okay, w still needs to be 2, so we would have 2, 2, 4 and 4. So 4 and 4 is 8, plus another 4 would give me a perimeter of 12. All right, so the new perimeter is what fraction of the original? So my new perimeter is 12. My original is 28. If we simplify that, we get 3/7. So it looks like 1/3, and you would totally have an answer of 1/3 on your EOC, but it's not 1/3. All right. All right. On to the fourth one. A square piece of plywood. So we have a square. So when I do a word problem, I read, and then if I have a figure, I draw it out. Measures 3 on all sides. Just take it bit by bit. Don't read it all at once. Cuts the board along its diagonal to form 2 right triangles. So I'm going to make a dotted line where he makes his cut along the diagonals. Now I have 2 right triangles. To the nearest foot, what is the perimeter of each triangle? So remember, perimeter is the distance around. So we want to look at the distance around. Now, these triangles are going to be congruent, so we only have to look at one of them. So right now I know I have 3 and 3, but I need to know what this value is here. Since it's a right triangle, you can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. It's your favorite formula ever. Here we go. So remember, c needs to be the hypotenuse, so c is our unknown value. So we have 3 squared plus 3 squared equals x squared. That's what we're solving for. So 3 squared is 9, so 9 plus 9 is 18 equals x squared. Okay, we're going to square root this. Good thing we taught you chapter 9. You wouldn't know how to do this. So we have the square root of 18, which is, we need to the nearest foot. So we're going to round this answer to the nearest foot as well. So we have 4 feet. Is that what we're looking for? Okay, that answer might be on your EOC. You have to go back and reread. Once you get an answer, go back. What is the perimeter of each triangle? So no, that's not what we need. We need to find the perimeter. So 3 plus 3 plus 4. So that's 6. So the perimeter is 10 feet. Alrighty, last one. A circle is inscribed in a square. So a square, and a circle. It's touching all the corners or all the sides. Approximately what percent of the area of the square lies within the circle? So you're trying to figure out this area versus the area on the outside of the circle. So you don't have much information here. So again, if you think back to this problem right here with the perimeter, we didn't know anything, so we just picked a value. Okay, so let's just find the area of the rectangle and find an area of a circle. So let's first make the circle whatever radius you want. So let's say the radius of the circle is 5. So radius is 5. So that means my diameter is 10. Well, if my diameter is 10, that means the length of my square is 10. So we have area of the square and area of the circle. So the area of the square would be 10 times 10, or 100. Let's find the area of the circle. Pi times 5 squared, which is 25 times 3.14, which is 78.5. So, approximately what percent of the area of the circle, of the square, lies within the circle? So this is the area of the circle. This is the area of the square. So, 78.5 divided by 100 will give me 0.785, which if I convert that to a percent, it's about 79%. And it doesn't matter which value you pick for the radius. You could have picked 10 and you're still going to get 79%. You could have picked 25 and you'd still get 79%. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. All right, good luck on your classwork and your quiz. Bye-bye.